Hi, welcome to our live hacking series. If you don't know already, we don't hack real companies here, but rather we do ethical hacking challenges on cybersecurity training platforms. Today we are on TryHackMe. We tackle challenges live for the first time, so you can follow along with the entire thought process. The goal is to show you exactly how I would personally approach a hacking challenge when I don't already know the answers. Let's get started. Why not go for this one today? This might be the second version of another challenge, but I honestly can't remember if I have ever solved another one, so let's just try and go for this one and hope we don't need any context from a previous one. And let's hit start machine. I have also started my VPN over here and I am connected to the THM network. And while the IP is loading and the VM is starting up, let's go over here, open a new terminal. Let's create a directory for our challenge. Make the cat pictures to cd into there, clear, and let's wait for a few seconds until the machine starts. Okay, let's try pinging the IP, see if the machine is up now. We are getting pings back, seems like the machine is running. Let's stop the ping, clear, and let's start an nmap scan. All ports, extensive scan as usual. Let's output the results to a file named nmap.txt and let's paste the IP, hit enter and start the scan. The goal of this scan is to identify all open ports on the target machine where a service is running on every open port. Our job would then be to enumerate all of these services and look for a vulnerability which would lead us inside the box. I'll be back once this one finishes. Okay, and our scan has finished. Let's scroll up and see what ports we have. We have port 3000, port 222 SSH, also port 1337, not very typical. Apparently there is an HTTP server on it. We also have 22 SSH and we have 80. Also we can see a .git directory, so that is very interesting. We definitely want to check that. We have robots.txt with a few directories here. HTTP title is lyshi. We can see it could be from github.com, electarius, lyshi. That is all stuff we might want to check out. Oh, we also have 8080. Usually the SSH ports probably wouldn't be the way in, at least initially, unless we have some credentials. So one of these web services is most likely going to contain some vulnerability, or it could possibly reveal credentials for us which we might be able to use to log in via SSH. So I would say, why not open a browser and open all these HTTP services in it to see what each one serves. Let's copy the IP and let's first go to port 80. We have this lyshi app with an album. Let's try clicking and we have some cat pictures which fits in with the name. Of course, if we hit one of them, we have information. Here we have note to self, strip metadata. Interesting, that might be some hint. I wonder if it is on other pictures as well. Here it doesn't have any. None of the rest had any. So why not check 1337 next? And here we have Oleftin. We have a few options here which look interesting. New version available. We have a version which is great. Let me hit this. Okay, I don't know what's happening. Ping host. And here we can do even a ping. Let's do 127.0.0.1. And let's do count 1. It says success. Why not we just test it out quickly? Start a packet capture. I'm not sure how this was done, so let's try sudo tcp dump. I think it was -i for interface, and let's do -0. I think we just specify the protocol here. Let's see if that works. Oh, is it small I? Maybe. There we go. So now let's ping host. Let's do our address. Let's do IPA, copy this, hit start, and okay, we got a packet here, so it is able to ping our host. We have Ansible playbook, not sure what that is. We might want to research that. We have slow script and broken script. We have logs as well. Okay, these are stalling, or at least this one is stalling. This seems to be running. Okay, we clicked around this one. Let's now open the next one, and then we will go back and attempt to exploit each one of them. Okay, here we have a GTA instance, and we have an error immediately. Do we have a version? Yes, we do. So we might want to research this version. Let's now open the next port and the last one actually, which is gonna be 8080. And it's just a welcome nginx page. And over here it says simple HTTP server. Okay, not sure what that is. It is maybe here to throw us off. Okay. Did we have a version on this first application? I don't think we have a version here, but we have a version for these two. So why not copy this version and let's Google oleftin, paste the version, and let's do exploit. We have a walkthrough here. Let's not look at that yet, but we have a CVE here. Seems like it does not have to do with our case. OS command injection in oleftin 2025, but ours is 2022. But let's just check this one out. It might apply to our case. And there we go, we have affected versions, and we actually have 2022.star. So our version is probably in that range. Let's check the CVE. Why not we copy this and paste it here and do exploit. So all the information we have so far is it is in custom themes via the parse request URI function in service internal executor arguments.go. It's also a relatively new one, and let's check when was this room published. So it was created almost 1,000 days ago. So at the time of the creation of this room, this version was probably the latest one. This 2025 one, even if it works, is probably not gonna be the intended way. I would guess for now we should probably leave this one and come back to this later. Another thing we can check, for example, is if we can like do command injection here, but we probably can't because it would have been reported and patched and it would be a CVE and we would have found it as we searched around. So why not come over to the GTA instance running and let's check it online as well. We have privilege escalation, argument injection 117.3, but it says before. Let's maybe open the CVE link. Let's maybe look for this third-party advisory. 117.3 is unaffected from this article here. So maybe it is not inclusive in our case, and we wouldn't be able to use that. Maybe we are not gonna be looking at some well-known version exploit here, but if you remember what we had also, which we have not looked at all yet, is that we had a Git directory here. So let's go over on the main HTTP service on port 80 and let's try going to .git. And it says forbidden, but it saying forbidden means we can't list directories, but it doesn't necessarily mean we can't access files further within this directory. By the way, before we keep looking at that, we also have robots.txt, which is disallowing uploads, for example, on source, which look interesting. Let's try going to source. It also says forbidden. Robots.txt. Let's try going to uploads. And it is also forbidden. But again, as I said, this just means directory listing is forbidden and access to files within might be allowed. Let's check what is this Electerius user. Let's try opening this. It is this application. I wonder if we have an exploit for this one. So let's do lyche exploit. We have a CV from 2026, which is unlikely to be our solution here because when the room was created, it didn't exist yet. From 2025 we have, from 2024. Okay, so what I would try now is I would try to pull down this .git directory, and I think there was a tool for that. We can actually just try and do it with curl, but I feel like there was like a git extractor tool or something. So I tried .git web directory download tool, and I think this git dumper is what I'm looking for. Not sure though. Yeah, that seems like it could be useful, because as you can see, the idea is that we pull all files within .git and pull them down inside our own directory. So why not come over here? Let's stop this. We don't need it for now. Let's create a new virtual environment. And now let's do pip install. And what was exactly the name? git-dumper. Let's copy this, paste here. Okay, let's try git-dumper. Okay, we have it now, lighting up in blue. So let's just copy this example here, paste it. Let's do, I guess website is fine. Let's just grab our URL, which is right here. Put it here, and let's run it, see what happens. Okay, it is finding a lot of files, which is awesome. Actually, it might not be finding a lot of files, wait. Oh wait, I'm a bit slow, sorry. This is our home directory. But let's just move our directory now from home, and there it is, website. Let's move it to over here. And now let's cd into it. And we have .git and .git ignore. Let's cat .git ignore. We have data config.php, which sounds attractive. Other than that, we have plugins, uploads, big, import, medium. Okay, let's go to .git. We had data config.php, but it is not here. We have another file named config here. Let's cut it. Let's cut description. Okay, so why not we run git history? Was it git log? Not in a git repository, so we just need to be up here, I think. Git log. Maybe one more. No. Okay, I played around with Git and so far I can't get it to show any commit history or anything that could be useful. There is also no source. There is only this .git directory. I wonder what would happen if we try curling this down. Would it get the same thing? Here I kept digging the Git rabbit hole with no success until I decided to stop. So what else could we try? Maybe we should start a directory busting scan on this one. Let's deactivate. Let's clear and do GoBuster. Let's just do directory list medium. Let this run for a bit. And while that's running, why not come over here and why not just try to sign in maybe? What if we try admin? Are we gonna see anything here? Or I think there were some Git default credentials. Okay, so it doesn't have default credentials. Why not we try admin password? What about git or password? Not gonna work. So this error here maybe helps us realize that this is probably supposed to run locally, but it is exposed. So maybe there is something here. Why not we try to register? Are we gonna be able to do that? Let's try. Okay, I registered this account and can we see anything? Explore users. Okay, there we go. So we have Summarium. Let's see if it has any public repos. Doesn't seem like there are any public repos. However, we do have a username. We can probably try out password for with the same username. That's not gonna work. Maybe password or admin. Last try. No, okay. Maybe the path is not gonna be to guess the password. One thing I remember now is we had a message here to, here description, note to self, strip metadata. So I wonder if it is worth saving the image. And why not try using a tool like EXIF tool and see if we can see anything interesting here as metadata. Profile creator, little CMS. Anything interesting? Yeah, that's quite interesting. However, someone is not looking. Not sure even if the metadata is rewritten when we download it. Not sure what little CMS is. Let's Google that. Not sure. Well, we have a username. Maybe one of the other services, for example, this one, has a potential password. Maybe these scripts, maybe we can see them from the Git instance. However, we need to figure out how to log in first. Now, let's log in again with our other user. Here I got to digging the Git rabbit hole again, plus some other stuff for about 30 minutes before finally returning to the image metadata for a second look. What is this? Port 8080? Wait, where is my... Wait, I closed it. Let me open this. Is this a valid file? Note to self. Oh, and we have a password. Yeah, this is a password for Gitea. So let's sign out. Let's do sign in. And the user is Summarium. Paste the password and sign in. Okay, that worked. Awesome. And let's go to repos now. Ansible. Oh, we have a flag here. We have playbook, readme, just Ansible. So here actually we had this run Ansible playbook, and here we can see that we have a command who am I, and here we have echo hi. So I wonder, can we change this in order to run something else? I don't think so, but let's go back. We have a flag here, so let's go and submit. Awesome. Okay, so first of all, I guess it is worth checking. Can we, let's stop this scan, can we SSH into Summarium? No. Okay, what about port 222? Because there was another port, if you remember. Yes, this one's a public key. Okay, so then I'm not sure, do we have anything here? Nothing too interesting. I'm not sure if changing this would change it in the place where it is reading from. Like we can hit edit file. And why not we try do the command be ping, and let's ping ourselves. Copy this. Also we can start TCP dump. And let's do ping this address without this at the end. And can we save now? Preview changes? Yep. Let's just hit commit changes. Okay, now it is this. So now if you hit run Ansible playbook, are we getting anything? Oh, there we go. That is running our pings. So I actually didn't set a number, so it is gonna run indefinitely. Hopefully we can stop it. But right now we should be able to do something like, let's stop this capture and let's do Python 3, like m http.server. I wonder if we can refresh this to cancel it. Okay, great, we can. Let's do curl http, paste our IP, and let's do question mark, command is equal to, and let's put in these characters, who am I? And let's hit commit changes, and let's hit run, and let's see if we get anything here. And we do. However, this didn't execute the command. I was thinking we can check if we have Python over here, but maybe we can just try it out and see what happens. Let's go to ref shells, and let's copy. Run a netcat listener here, 901, go over here, hit edit for command, let's paste all this, and let's hit commit, and now let's go over here, hit run, and see if we get a shell. Oh, and there we go, we are in with user bismuth. Let's go for full tty, copy this, let's do Python 3, paste, copy this, Ctrl Z, paste. And here I accidentally pasted the whole page in my terminal, so had to rerun the reverse shell. And finally, we have an interactive shell. So we have a flag here. Let's cat flag to.txt, copy, submit. And why not go to .ssh and add our key here. And here public key auth didn't work for some reason, so I decided to use Bismuth's private key instead. Copy this, mousepad, ID RSA. Paste, save, let's chmod 400, let's ssh bismuth with -i id rsa, and there we go. We now have the best shell possible. So do we have any sudo permissions? No, we need a password. Actually, do we have a password? I wonder if the password we found is valid for bismuth, which is this one. Let's try it. No. Okay, maybe try it for root. No. Okay, so what else did we have here? We have .config. And we have LXC. By the way, we are in what groups? Samba share. Honestly, not sure right now if any of these allows for privesc. I guess we can run linpc in a moment to check that. But before that, let's just do some general checks. Here I ran some checks that didn't return anything interesting. Any interesting services running? We actually have 1338. 339 and 1340 running, which we didn't see from the outside. Can we curl these? Are they web services? And that's all 15 running locally apparently. Maybe it is running on 1340 as well. Let's check if we can see anything with PSPy. So we have some of our shells, Ansible stuff, more of our shells. Here we are running the Ansible playbook. Our ping, which we couldn't stop, is still running probably. We maybe have some Docker containers running. Anything new? Nothing so far. Maybe no cron jobs are running. Let's maybe look around the file system a bit. Here I didn't find anything looking around the file system. Why not we try run linpc as well? We have a different path variable where we have our own home directory. Do we have such directory? We should maybe check that. Anything else interesting? Okay, I waited it to finish running, there we go. So let me go to home. We have a bin directory here. Well, we don't, but apparently our path variable has the most primary directory be home bismuth bin. So we can, I guess, make dir bin, but I'm not sure how did we exploit this type of thing. So in summary, in order to previous with this, we need a high privileged user to try running some binary, for example bin bash, and if we had put a malicious file named bash inside home bismuth bin bash, our home directory is set as the first place to look in, therefore the high privileged user would execute our binary named bash instead of the legit one, granting us code execution as them. This is what I spent some time figuring out here. Unfortunately, on this box there were no cron jobs at all, or any pseudo binary permissions, or any other way root could run any binary. Therefore, this turned out to be a rabbit hole. My machine had also shut down, I had to restart and reconnect. Then I decided to revisit the linpiece output and try the exploit suggester exploit as a last resort. There are always some exploits suggested here, but most commonly they are false positives, but when we don't really see any other way in, sometimes it is a good idea to just try these one by one. So let's copy this one, let's search it. Speeding through this one, it didn't work. Okay, it doesn't seem like it is working. So let's move on to the next one. Try this. Let's look for exploit, GitHub. Let's check this one out. It says try exploit nss.py first. So I guess let's just git clone this. cd into it, start a server here. wget exploit nss.py. Let's python 3 exploit nss.py. Oh, and we are root. Let me know your thoughts on this challenge in the comments down below or over on Discord. Here is the playlist if you'd like to watch more of these. Till next time.